Good evening, this is 11 Colors. And this here, and I'm going to put my hand over it and uncover it briefly in one place so I can mosaic it out later, is my driver's license. My Japanese driver's license. And this is my Japanese gaijin card. Now you see it, now you don't. This here is my, my international driver's license. I don't know if this number is important here, so I'm going to put my finger over it. This is what I show to the Hertz people when I go to the States. Or it's what I would show to a cop if I got pulled over, along with the Japanese license, which he probably wouldn't be able to read. But this is something I probably need both with me anyways. I don't know, I haven't found out, but hopefully I won't have to. Anyways, this is what I present when I go to rent a car in the States. And that's my phone buzzing on silent mode. What else happened recently? Yes, got the international driver's license yesterday. Going to SFO on plane departing on Sunday. And this morning, when I got on the train to go to work and managed to find a seat and pulled out my Kindle 3. Oh, fucking hell. That's not even the right one. That was the Kindle 2. Which one did I... Oh, no. Story continuity destroyed. Let's see. There was something I was going to show. This is the Kindle 2. This I've showed you earlier. This, I kneeled on it. This thing used to be indestructible. You can see a bit on the corner here, maybe, where it's the plastic has come up a bit. That's because I think I dropped it on the floor of the locker room at the gym a few times and hit the floor is sort of padded, so it didn't break seriously, but it basically the plastic like pulled away from the metal back plate, so I had to press it down to snap it back in. But the screen was fine after that. And this crack on the corner here, not sure if you can see it, but that is from dropping it on the sidewalk a couple of times. So this thing used to be indestructible until I kneeled on it. This here, I believe I showed it to you earlier, is the mother of all ebook readers, the Kindle DX. And this here is the baby of the family, the child genius of the family. This is the Kindle 3. Now, when I got on the train this morning and sat down ready to read Robert Parker's last book, I opened it up, and the screensaver was Ernest Hemingway's face, I think. And I flipped the switch to turn it on, the little switch at the bottom here, and I saw something sort of like this. Now you can see this part of the upper left-hand corner. That won't refresh at all anymore. It won't redraw that part. I have been very gentle with this Kindle 3. I have not dropped it. I have not kneeled on it. I haven't stepped on it. This thing I gave an incredible amount of abuse. And it was with me for how long? Like 3 or 4 months? 6 months? A year? Got this thing about a year ago. So I had this thing for 6 months or so before I killed it with my knee. This thing, I've had it for almost exactly a month, and I go to turn it on and it up and dies. Or the screen does anyways. I mean, I can still select books, right? Like you can see the line maybe moving up and down of books that I'm selecting, and I can read in this space here, because this still redraws, but this spot in the upper left, that doesn't redraw anymore. That part's dead. I went to Kindle's homepage, and I went to their Kindle support section, and they recommended first holding down the power switch for 15 seconds to basically cold reboot the thing. So if you hold this down for 15 seconds or so, which I'm doing now, yeah, the screen clears. Screen flickers a few times now. This bit on the left, that's not redrawing anymore. That used to be, that's the bottom of Ernest Hemingway's ear right there. Amazon are set up pretty well to handle this. I am very disappointed that I am not going to get to use this Kindle with the built-in like cover light. I was looking forward to using this on a plane, right? I was looking forward to not having this big mother like on the plane, right? This is going to be cool. I would be on the plane like reading this thing, and you can see it starting up right now. And I wouldn't need the overhead light, and I could be discreet, and I wouldn't have to bother my neighbor, and I'd be using this thing long after their iPad's battery's worn out. But this thing just had to up and die like 3 days before my plane leaves. So I tried the cold start like I did just now. That didn't fix it. Now, Amazon have a nice little thing set up for support calls where you enter your phone number and you click a button and they call you right away. There's no nonsense with setting up a time to have a particular person call you. I mean, that's because of work and because of having to work with people in different time zones. I'm scared to death whenever someone wants to ask for a phone. You have to worry about both people being available to speak at the same time. There's no opportunity to manage time if you're working directly on the phone. So I input a phone number. First thing I did was that I input my cell phone number, and they already displayed the 81 for Japan. So I started, and when you dial a Japanese phone number from outside of Japan, you drop the initial 0. And I did that. I put the cell phone in number first, as if it was being dialed overseas. And the first thing they told me is that they could not dial cell phones. I was impressed that they knew what a Japanese cell phone number looked like. So the next thing I did is I put in my desk phone number at work, and I clicked the button, and my desk phone rang right away. And less than a minute, well, I mean, they said on the page that you might be on hold for a minute before someone can talk to you, but my phone rang, I picked it up, and someone was right there, and I said, yes, my Kindle screen is not working, I've done the 15-second cold boot thing, it's still not working, my plane leaves on Sunday, help me out here. And so what the guy said they'd do is they'd cancel the original order and issue me a new one as soon as possible. And from the mail that they've sent, it's scheduled to arrive between the 25th and 27th, which is sort of ironic because my plane leaves on the 24th. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe FedEx will decide to deliver on a Sunday morning, who knows. If the replacement Kindle 3 makes it on time, great, I'm very happy with Amazon, but and they've been excellent about this thing up and dying, right? I mean, there was no hassle. They're like, okay, screen's broken, we'll send you a new one. There was no talk about sending it back for repair or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm unhappy with this sort of defect. The guy on the phone said, well, he asked me if I dropped it. And I'm like, no, I didn't drop it. I didn't drop this one. I dropped the other one, but I didn't drop this one. This one broke on its own. I didn't break this one. I did not drop this one. Yeah, I'm just thinking of all the abuse I've hurled at this thing before it actually died. But anyways, the guy was cool about it, and he said, okay, we'll need to send you a new one. And that was pretty much that. They already had my address off of Amazon, and they said they'd cancel the order for the original one and issue me a new one, because apparently that's faster. So a new Kindle's on its way, and since I have to return this thing anyways, maybe I'll try looking for a way to crack it open. I mean, this thing was easy enough to crack open because the plastic front and the middle back plate were easily distinguishable, but this thing is a little bit more tightly constructed. So let's see if I can see any shortcuts. No, there's no like screws or anything like that. This thing is like flush in. There doesn't seem to be any way to pry this open, and they would probably get fishy if I started. I mean, if I sent this back, I do have to send this back. The broken Kindle I do have to send back. They give you a link so you can print out a way bill to have it shipped back. So they do need it shipped back. I don't know why. It's not like maybe they can recycle some of the parts, but anyways, it wouldn't look too good if this thing was totally destroyed. So I gotta find out if there's a non-destructive way to open this thing. If not, I gotta return it as it is. Darn. Yeah, I'm still bummed about not being able to use this light on the plane, this built-in light. Anyways, this has been 11 Colors, and thank you for watching.